Hey, what's up? It's Nathan here with LBTCcourse.com, and in this video, we're going to go ahead and set up the Blockstream Jade Hardware Wallet. Now, a couple of good things about this wallet is that it is open source. It also supports the Bitcoin blockchain as well as the Liquid network, and it's one of the only hardware wallets that support the Liquid network, so that is pretty cool stuff. And if you're not familiar with the Liquid network, I have this video over here that I recommend you watch first, so that way you get an understanding of how it works and what the pros and cons are for the Liquid network. So link in the description down below if you're interested in watching that. Now I'm going to scroll on down here real quick to point out a couple other features. So this does have a camera that allows for air-gap transactions, and it also has Bluetooth, which allows for air-gap transactions. And what air-gap transaction means is that the keys are on your hardware wallet, and you don't have to plug this thing into your computer, because you could use the camera or you could use Bluetooth in order to sign transactions. So your private keys stay on this device and never have to connect to another device that is connected to the internet where your keys could get compromised. So being able to do air gap transactions is just another level of security. I also like the fact that there's a battery in this thing, so we don't have to keep it plugged in. I can just use it just like it is. Again, it is fully open source, so that is a nice thing. And it also has very secure element protection, which of course security is the number one thing when it comes to money. And of course the price point is not too bad. It's about $65 compared to comparable devices, which is about twice that. So anyway, if you want to learn more, link in the description down below. I'll also be using the Blockstream Green wallet in order to do this tutorial. So that way I can go ahead and connect to my hardware wallet. I'll be using this, and I'll be using the mobile version of this tool because that way I can use the Bluetooth from my phone to connect to my hardware wallet, and we can do those air gap transactions like that. Now, there is also a desktop version as well, so if you're interested in the desktop version, the concepts would remain the same as the mobile app. And of course, links to all this stuff in the description down below. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up. Alrighty, so to turn the Jade on, you just press this little button on the bottom here. You can hold it down for a second, and you should see the screen turn on. And it starts loading up just like that. And then there's a button right here that you use to select, and then a button on the a dial on the top that you use to slide from one option to the next. So hopefully you can see the screen there. Right now it says scan seed QR, there it's options, and here's setup Jade. So we want to go to setup Jade and tap into that, and then it gives us for setup instructions, go there. We're not going to do that, we're just going to follow the video, and we'll do continue. So there is begin setup, or also there's advanced setup. Now, advanced setup lets you do a 24-word seed phrase. So if you're wanting to do 24 words, then you can do advanced setup, and there's a couple other features as well in the advanced setup. Or if you're just doing a 12-word seed phrase, you can just do begin setup. We're going to do begin setup for this video right here. Yeah, if you wanted 24 words instead of 12, go to advanced setup, and there's a couple other features as well. But begin setup. And then what we want to go ahead and do is create a new wallet. But if you already have a seed phrase that you want to go ahead and restore from, you could do restore wallet. But we'll do create new wallet. And then it's going to give us 12 words. So this is our seed phrase or a recovery phrase. And this is what's used to generate the private keys. And the private keys are what protects your Bitcoin on the blockchain or your assets on the Liquid network. So you want to write them down with pen and paper, or hammer them into steel and keep them safe and secure, because it's basically like your username and password for accessing your assets on the blockchain. So you want to keep this stuff secret and safe and offline, because if somebody gets access to it, they can steal everything from you. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do continue. And so it's giving me my 12 words, so I'm going to go ahead and write them all down. And then it's going to ask me to confirm a few words to make sure that I did actually write them down. So I need to go ahead and confirm the word. So right now it's looking for word number 5, so I need to go ahead and navigate to that one, which in my particular case is sunny. So I'll do that. And then confirm word 8, and I'll do the same thing. Now it's asking me to select my connection method. So I could use this as a USB and plug it into my computer, but again, if I do that, it's no longer an air gap device. I'm going to be using Bluetooth, so that way I can go ahead and easily connect it to my phone, and it's really easy to use. But additionally, you could do it with a QR code, and this way you would be taking pictures. Like there's a little camera on the back of the device, so you could scan a QR code and do air gap transactions by scanning QR codes. But the Bluetooth option is definitely the easiest, especially with the Blockstream Green wallet on a mobile device. So I'm going to do Bluetooth. And now I need to go ahead and open up my phone, so let's do that. So here's my phone right here. And on my phone, I'm going to go ahead and click on the I agree option right there. And then it gives me the option to use a hardware device. So I would tap on that. And it says, welcome to Blockstream Jade. And then I'm going to go ahead and do connect Jade. And it automatically found it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on it. And I'm going to go ahead and tap on pair on my phone. And then I'm also going to change to confirm on my Blockstream Jade. So go over there, confirm. And select Jade, blah, blah, blah on the companion app to pair it. Okay, I did that. And so I'm going to go ahead and tap on continue now. And now it's asking me to create a pin. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on continue again. And so I need to enter a pin for my Blockstream Jade. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just to keep it simple. But of course you can do whatever you want. If you lose this pin, however, you will end up wiping your device if you don't type it in correctly. So you do want to make sure that you keep track of your pin. Now you could always recover your wallet if you have your seed phrase though. So if you have that seed phrase, you're good even if you forget your pin. But if you lose your seed phrase and forget your pin, well then your Bitcoin or liquid assets are going to be gone forever. And I need to go ahead and confirm my pin real quick. And it's persisting pin data. And there we go. Welcome to your wallet. Create your first account to receive funds. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on create account. And now there's the option to select different assets. So the initial one is Bitcoin here. But if I click on the little pencil, I'll have more options. So I'll tap there. And we see we have Bitcoin, then we have Liquid Bitcoin, Tether, Liquid CAD, and so on. So these are all assets that are on the Liquid network. Additionally, at the very bottom, there's an option to receive any Liquid asset. So if you want to be able to receive any sort of asset over the Liquid network to this hardware wallet, you would go ahead and select this option, which is what I'm going to do in this particular example. So I'll tap on that option. And it does show Liquid Bitcoin right here, but that's okay. We'll still be able to receive other assets over the Liquid network. I'm going to go ahead and make my phone full screen because I don't really need to look at the Jade right this second. So I'll make this full screen. All right, so then we need to go ahead and select a security policy, and there's a couple to choose from. We have standard, which is single sig, which means we just need one signature from our device, so just one device to sign a transaction in order to send Bitcoin or a Liquid network asset somewhere. There's also multi-sig, which is 2 of 2. So this could be kind of nice in that you use your Blockstream Jade to sign a transaction, but then also Blockstream, the company, also holds a key, and you can access that key either through a text message, so SMS, or email, or some other method. So that would mean somebody would need to have your key from your device, and also they would need to have access to your email account or your text messages or something like that. So it could keep your funds a little more protected, but one thing to note is the two-factor authentication expires if you don't move your funds for 1 year. So if you're looking to use this for deep cold storage, this might not be the best option. There's also show advanced options down at the very bottom. And so there's Legacy SegWit as well. And then there's also AMP, which is an account for special assets monitored or authorized by the asset issuer. And I don't really even know what that means. For the sake of this video, we're just going to go with a standard single sig option. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the arrow there, and it's creating my native SegWit account. And so there we go, my wallet is all set up. Now before moving forward, I want to show you one other thing. So we can go ahead and click on this gear icon to go into our settings. And we could also create another account. So we'll tap create account. And we can go ahead and also add Bitcoin as well as an asset. So that way we could use our Blockstream Jade to support both Bitcoin and Liquid network transactions, on the same device using the same key. So that's very cool and useful that you're able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and select Bitcoin here. We're going to go ahead and tap on standard again. And now we can see that I have a Bitcoin wallet as well as a Liquid wallet right here. So now I can easily receive and send both types of assets. Anyway, for this particular example, we're going to be using the Liquid network. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on Liquid, and I'm going to tap on this arrow right here. And as you can see, there's nothing in my wallet currently. So the first thing we need to do is receive some L-BTC. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on receive right there. And now we need to select what asset we're going to receive. So I'm going to receive Liquid Bitcoin. But if you want to receive Tether, for example, you could go ahead and select that right there. And then it gives us a QR code. So we could scan that if we have a wallet or somebody that wants to scan our QR code. Or I can go ahead and copy the address right here. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. and I'm going to email it to myself so I can send myself some L-BTC. And one other thing that's really nice, especially if you're kind of paranoid or you think your mobile device might be compromised, you could go ahead and click on this verify on device option, because again, your keys are on your Blockstream Jade here. So your mobile device doesn't actually have your keys. So you can verify on your device that this address actually belongs to you. So if I tap on verify on device, I can see that my device is showing this address right here, and it should match the address right there. So that way you can confirm that this is actually an address that you own and you control. So that's a nice feature that the Green wallet and the Jade have together. So I can see that they match. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of here. And now I'm going to go ahead and use bolts.exchange in order to send some Lightning Bitcoin over to my Liquid wallet. And again, I have this video right here. If you're unfamiliar with this process, watch this video and I explain how it all works. But simply put, I'm going to go ahead and send 20,000 sats across the Lightning network, and it's going to wind up in my Liquid wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in my address there, create atomic swap, and it gives me a Lightning invoice that I'm going to go ahead and copy. And then I'm going to open my Albi wallet, and I'm going to go ahead and send Bitcoin to that invoice. Continue, pay now. And it looks like it was successful. So back over to my Green wallet now. And I'm going to go ahead and tap on back. And I can see that my Liquid Bitcoin is coming into my wallet as we speak, so nice and quick. And I can go ahead and click on my transaction right here, and I can get some more details. So I can see how much I received, the network fee that I paid, the transaction status. So it's currently unconfirmed. We're waiting on 2 confirmations, and on the Liquid network, a confirmation takes about 1 minute. So it should take about 2 minutes for my transactions to be confirmed. There's also the transaction ID right here, so I could go ahead and look at it on one of the Liquid Network Explorers. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on this option right here, and it should bring me to a page where I can learn even more about my transaction. And so here's some more details right here. So if you wanted all those details, they're available on the page for you to go ahead and explore. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out of there real quick, and we're just going to wait for it to completely confirm. And it actually looks like it has confirmed already. Yes, completely completed. So now my Liquid Bitcoin is completely secure by my keys on my Blockstream Jade. And my mobile device basically acts as a view-only wallet. Like, I can see how much Bitcoin or Liquid Bitcoin I have in my wallet, but I can't actually send anything from my mobile wallet without signing the transaction with my Blockstream Jade. And we're actually about to talk about sending right now. So let's go ahead and click on back up here. And real quick before we talk about sending, if you wanted to receive actual Bitcoin to your wallet, it'd be a similar process. You would just send Bitcoin from an exchange or a Bitcoin wallet directly to your Bitcoin address right here. You come into receive, and then it gives you a Bitcoin address to send actual Bitcoin to this address. So it's a similar concept as receiving Liquid Bitcoin. So I just wanted to point that out there if you wanted to do different assets. So anyway, let's talk about sending. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on standard Liquid, and I'm going to go ahead and show my device as well. Now I need to open up my L-BTC wallet, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this little arrow right here. And I want to go ahead and send this time, so I'll tap on send. And I'm sending Liquid Bitcoin, and I need to go ahead and enter an address to send the Liquid Bitcoin to. So I have an address over here on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on this little QR code, which should pop up my camera, and scan a QR code. And there's my address right there. And the amount I want to go ahead and send. So I'm actually going to send all of it by tapping on send all funds right there. But if you didn't want to send all of it, you could go ahead and enter an amount you wanted to. Or if you tap on this option right here, it'll go ahead and let you choose a different amount to enter it in. So you could do MBTC or whatever this one is, bits, sats, or USD. So if you wanted to send a USD amount, you could go ahead and select that option. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it how it is because I selected all funds anyway. And we're also able to select how much fee we're willing to pay depending on how long we want to wait for that transaction to happen. And in looking at the Liquid Network mempool, we can see that the fees are very, very low right now. So I can actually go ahead and adjust my fees if I want to. So I'll tap on this little pencil option. And I'm going to go ahead and type in 0.1 and save. And it didn't really update my fee. But if the Liquid Network gets more full, then I might be able to save some money by looking at the mempool website, which I'll include a link to in the description down below. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tap on next now. And let's see, look at my wallet. And it lets me review my transaction. So all this information looks good. I could go ahead and add a note as well. Why I'm sending this. Sending to self. And I can tap on submit. I spelled self wrong. But anyway, next I want to do slide to send. Slide to send. And then it's going to require that I confirm on my device right here. And we can see that I have some information that I can go ahead and confirm. Like I want to confirm the address and I want to confirm the amounts as well. And if I want to see more of the address, I can go ahead and use the little dial and click on it. And then it shows me the full address like that. So I can confirm that I'm sending it to the correct location, especially if I'm sending like 5 Bitcoin or something crazy like that. So we'll go back. And so you can select more if you want more details. But everything looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and do the arrow. And it's processing, and then it shows me my fee right there, so 137 sats. I'm going to go ahead and click on the check mark, and it's processing. So transaction sent, and you can see right now that it left my wallet right here. But hopefully you see that I needed my Blockstream Jade in order to actually sign the transaction. I couldn't just do it all within my phone. I need the Jade because it has my keys that sign the transaction and submit it to the blockchain or broadcast it to the blockchain. So let me go over to my other wallet that I'm sending this to, and hopefully I see a transaction coming in. And we can see my transaction right here. It has 0 of 2 confirmations, but it's coming into my wallet. And so that's how you receive and send transactions using the Green wallet as well as the Blockstream Jade. Hopefully all this is making some sense. I want to show you a couple other features before we close this video out, however. So if I want to disconnect my Jade from my mobile device, I would just go ahead and be on the session and I could hit the enter button and it would disconnect my Blockstream Jade from my mobile phone. I'm not going to do that quite yet. We might in a few minutes. But let's go over some. We could scan a QR code. So if we want to scan a QR code with our device, we could go ahead and do that. So if we want to add an address using our Blockstream Jade, we could go ahead and scan it like that. And then there's options as well. We'll go in here. So there's wallet options. So if you want to export your XPub, you could do that from this area. You could see your registered wallets as well, which I think has more to do with a multi-sig wallet than anything else. So that's why nothing's showing up here. Also, you could use BIP85, so you could go ahead and derive more seed phrases from your main seed phrase, and you could use those to create other wallets if you want to do that. Link in the description down below if you want more information on BIP85. It can be very useful and handy, but they have that option in this Blockstream Jade, and you can select 12 or 24 words as well. So coming back out, we have device right here. So there's settings. So this is just display settings, idle timeout, Bluetooth, and so on. So simple stuff right here. It's a very simple device, which is nice. I don't want something super complicated. I want something that works and keeps my Bitcoin or my liquid network assets secure. And the Blockstream Jade definitely does that. And I really like Bluetooth with the Green wallet. It's very user-friendly and easy to use. You can also go ahead and factory reset. So if you want to enter a new seed phrase or something like that, this could be a good option. Also, there's info right here, so you could get the information for your device as well. So I'm going to come back out of here, back out of there, and then that is pretty much it for the Blockstream Jade. Like I was just saying, very simple device. I'm going to go ahead and end the session right now, and we're going to go ahead and log out, and then I'm going to go ahead and just turn it off by pressing and holding this button down like that. And my Blockstream Jade should turn off. You see the screen went black. And there we go. I'm done with it. And that's pretty much it for this video on how to use the Blockstream Jade as well as the Blockstream Green wallet. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, I appreciate any sorts of likes, comments, subscribes, anything like that. And or please check out thebtccourse.com. It is a free website with lots of Bitcoin related training and blog posts. And it's just my way to try and give back to the Bitcoin community. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of the day.